Hello and welcome back to another BP Plays video. Here we are with episode 4 of our Ipswich Town manager playthrough. So without further ado, let's get straight into our first game. As you can see, it's Fleetwood Town. We'll just see how it goes. If you remember rightly from the last episode, we ended on a win streak. So let's see if we can continue it and see what happens in our first game. The streak continues. Ipswich 2, Fleetwood Town 1. Jackson and Hughes with the goals there. Connolly scored for them. Couldn't have asked a better start to this episode. Very happy with that result. Very happy with that result. We'll see where that takes us in the league. We ended last episode second place. And we start this episode by winning and going down to third place. That's shocking, that, to be fair, but stick to the training again, see what we can get. So Barnes got a D, Lancaster got a C, Jones got an A, Norris got an F, and Wolfending also got a B. Advanced through that one. We'll skip to the next game, available game. We have Wycombe Wanderers coming up. Hopefully we can keep this going with a bit of luck, you know. We need to get up there. We aimed for the promotion. I think we're going to try and aim for automatic promotion and see if we can get there by the end of the season. But before all that even happens, let's get into our second game of the episode. We've got Wycombe Wanderers. Let's see if our win streak can continue. It continues. Ipswich 1, Wycombe Wanderers 0. Danda got the goal, so the winning continues. This moved us nowhere. Still in third place there. Although our overall rating at the top is gone down there. That's a bit poor, that, to be honest, after we had such good results. If I remember rightly, Edwards is in our right back position because we got a injury. He's not quite recovered yet, so we can't put him in there. Chiavea got sent off a few games ago as well, so I'm actually going to put him back into the starting, not the lineup, I guess, but the substitute bench. See what happens from there. What we'll do is we'll just skip through. Actually, no, let's get a training session under the way. Let's get another training session. Love getting these in. Simulate them again. So Barnes got a C, Lancaster with a D, Jones with a D, Norris got an A. Top grades there from Norris. Wolfending got a D. So we'll jump straight into this next game and I'll be back in a second. So we are back with our third game of the episode. We've got Ipswich versus Accrington. Hopefully we can keep this winning run on the go, and we need to get our manager rating up a lot higher. It's getting dangerously low at the moment. I don't like that. Even though we've had a few good runs, few wins on the run, sorry. We need to, for that to continue, let's go see what we can get. Good result there from us. Very needed. 2-1, Ipswich 2, Accrington 1. Happy with that result again. Another win under the belt. So here in the office after that last result was a win there. So Curtis Jones here says, cheers for the first team football I'm getting. I'll be doing my best, boss. I'm proud to see you working hard and look forward to see more of you out there. Happy with that one. And then James Norwood's also come on and said, boss, unless I get selected more often, I'll have to consider my future here. Well, you still have a place in the squad. Over the last couple of matches I've tried different tactics, but you still have your place in the squad. Don't worry. Yeah, so he said about that. I think we should at least give him a couple of games. We've got Jackson and Keane up top. I think I'm going to say Jackson come off for a few games. I'm going to bring Norwood on. Hopefully he can get a few good games under his belt. It'll be nice for him. Be nice for him to get a result. And as you can see, our manager rating's gone up now to 73. Happy with that. I won't bore you another training session, so I'll just skip through this training session and we'll be back with our next game against top of the league, Rotherham United. So here we are for that training session. Curtis Jones went up another overall rating there, which we're happy with. Happy that he's developing very well there. So as you can see, we've got Rotherham at home in our next league game. There are, obviously, you can see the recent results. They've got 3 wins out of the 3 that they've got there. Hopefully we can end their run and pick up some points that could be crucial in this top race at the top of the table. Let's get into it, see what happens. Another good result, hopefully. Be nice for Norwood to grab a goal coming back into the starting lineup. 2-1. Keane got the goals. Norwood actually came off there. So it was a little bit unlucky there from Norwood to be substituted for Jackson there, but still a very, very good result. 2-1 to Ipswich. I'm very happy with that. Let's see if that's knocked us up anywhere. That takes us to top of the table. Top of the table. I'm happy with that. Because we're just here sorting some roles out. I've just realised we haven't actually sorted any of our roles out yet since we've been playing this whole time. So let's get into it. I think we're going to keep Chambers as the captain. So left short free kick. Let's have a look. Let's have a look through, see what we can get. So Norwood's actually got better free kick accuracy than Dander, who's currently on the free kicks. Don't know about anyone else at the moment. Nah, so it's going to be Norwood with, I think I'm going to go with Norwood with both of the free kicks. Long free kicks, I'm going to give the long free kicks to Curtis Jones. I think he deserves that. And we've got penalties. Keane's on the penalties at the moment, so he's got 68 on the penalties, 61. It looks like he's going to be our best penalty taker. Yeah, we're going to keep it on Keane with the penalty takers. I think we're going to go Jones. Yeah, we'll keep Jones on the left corner, and we will go with take Dander off of him and put Hughes on there. So with a bit of luck, they perform well under their new roles. If I remember rightly, our penalty before Keane was in the squad, I think we missed a couple of penalties in previous episodes. So hopefully Keane can get a few goals from a penalty spot if we get penalties. That is, if we get the penalties. So let's just jump straight into our next game of the episode. So just before we jump into that, our next game, John Nolan's just popped up and said, I've been in pretty good form lately and I'm feeling good, so I hope you're not going to bench me for the game against Southend. There's bigger games ahead, and I need you to focus on fitness until then. I feel like we say that a lot, to be fair, and we don't. Oh, we've got a 10 media conference. I think we're going to jump into the media conference and answer some questions.
Thank you for joining us here today. We'll be taking some questions now.
Barnes' transfer from South stands out from the hefty price paid to acquire him. Will he get... I didn't read that. Will Barnes get his first minute on the pitch? It's not good to force a new player who isn't settled into a match where he could possibly wind up losing confidence. So Ipswich Town are currently on a winning streak, having won their last 9 matches. Will you keep it going against Southend? I'm going to be confident. The streak will continue. We're going to win our next match, so we will maintain this run. The opponents you face today are very hungry for results considering their league position. Is your team as hungry as they are? We're always hungry. Truly, this is an obtuse question. Of course we are hungry for victory. We approach all matches with victory as the main target. Thank you, and no more questions today. So we're back here after that press conference. As you heard, 9 consecutive victories. Can we make it 10? Southend are looking for results. They need results. We need results as well. So hopefully the 3 points comes back home. Is they going to come? They are going to come. 2-1. Keane with the goals again. Milligan got the goal for Southend. We didn't get another clean sheet, so they scored again. So yet again, no clean sheet there for us. I think a couple of things are going to need to change at that back. So let's put Wolfenden into the centre of that back 5. We might need to change it maybe to a back 4. I know 5 at the back's probably better, but Kenlock, he's a slightly better rating there than Herrera, although Herrera's had a few good games. I'm going to put Kenlock in there. Give him a chance to show what he's about at the back. I think we are going to have to go with a formation change. Still play 2 up the top. We need to play with them. So we're playing... I think that's what we're going to go for. We're going to go for that formation. Jump into... Oh, no, we're not going to go for that formation because there's still only 1 at the top. We want 2 up top, don't we? So maybe a 4-4-2. Nah, I can't really go for a... Let's try the 4-1-2-1-2 wide. See where that leaves us. So Keane and Norwood stay up top. Obviously, Jones isn't cam, so Danda can go in there. And then we've got right mid Edwards, left back Kenwood, centre back Wolfenden, centre back Chambers, and obviously centre back Wilson there. So we need to swap out and put a right back in there. So our right back can officially come back in. We need to look to see if we've got our left mid position. If we haven't, then maybe that's somewhere we need to strengthen in come January. So we've got a right mid there. We've got a left winger Sears and a left winger Judge. I think we're going to go with Sears. Unfortunately, Hughes, you're going to lose your place for now. I think we're going to put him on the bench though. We'll put him on the bench for Downs. We'll go with that. Hopefully that can start getting us some clean sheets at the back. We're conceding too many goals back there. Let's jump into some training before we go into our next episode. Next game. Sorry, getting ahead of myself there. Let's train some defenders. So we'll give Kenlock a training session there. Give him some defending scenarios. We'll also go with a centre back. Wolfenden, we'll keep him in there. Maybe we'll do some goalkeeper training as well. Yeah, so Norris is slightly younger. We'll give him the training this training session. I keep saying episode. What's wrong with me today? I keep saying episode. So we'll give Morris can go back in there. And we've got one more, maybe a midfielder, I think. And we'll go with... Let's let Jones keep his place in the midfield. I think he's doing quite well in there. So we'll give him some attacking scenarios, this one. Simulate them and just see what happens. So Kenlock got a C, Wolfenden got a C, but goes up an overall rating. Norris with a D, Morris with a B, and Jones with a D. So we'll advance through. Let's jump into this next game. Hopefully, let's make it 11. I think there's 11 now on the bounce. So we've got a couple of emails here. So New Zealand have asked if we want a job for them. So we need to reach the round of 16 stage with their of the FIFA World Cup. I don't think that's a realistic achievement. Sorry, New Zealand, but I'm going to reject that. And again, I want to stay really with Ipswich for the time being. We'll say that search at Columbia is coming to an end. Yeah, we'll send some scouts out a little bit later in a future episode. So we've got Bury now in our next game. Hopefully we can open up a bigger gap at the top of the table. So they've had a win, a draw, and a loss. They've lost a 5-1 loss against Blackpool. It's a hefty loss, that one. So let's get in and hopefully get a decent result. So that's another 2-1 win there for us. Keane got another 2 goals this game. He's surely on for the golden boot this year. Crookside got the goal from them. Unfortunately, that's not another clean sheet for us. There's something in our defence that we need to sort out there. I think it might be time for a goalkeeper change. I think that might be what we need. Let's have a change in goalkeeper and then we'll check our emails after. So Norris can go in there for Holy and we'll just see what happens with that. Hopefully that answers our problems. If not, there's going to have to be some serious changes come January when we need to maybe upgrade and bolster in some of our positions. Jump into the office now. So as discussed at the beginning of the season, growing the club financially was an important goal for the club. At the moment, it looks like we may not hit our mark. Please revisit the specific objective we set out to accomplish and do your best to fulfil them. Best Ipswich Town Board. So let's have a look, see what they mean here. So finish the season with a profit margin of 9 million. I mean, by the looks of that, we ain't going to hit it. We ain't hit nothing there. Although we're only at the start of the season. We're only a few games into the season. So, as you can see, short-term goals. We need to gain automatic promotion. We went through this at the very start of episode 1. But we'll just have a quick recap there. So at the minute, we're currently sat in position 1. I'm very, very happy with that. Emirates FA Cup reached the round of 32. We haven't entered the FA Cup yet. So, there's no progress there. Hopefully we can reach them. So keep a streak of at least 85% attendance in 5 consecutive home matches. Well, as you can see, we've already done that, blown that out of the water. 8 out of our 5 matches so far. Happy with that. Also, youth development. So I'm one player in your youth academy assigned to the defender position. We haven't actually signed anyone in our youth academy yet. So maybe at the end of the month when the scout comes back, we can look and go, right, we're going to sign a couple of players. Hopefully we can get a defender in there, and obviously grow them by 5 overall positions and play them in some of the games. Be nice to play there, and obviously if we can get a young defender in, it will be good as well. Hopefully you can, maybe we might not need to spend any money in January if we can bring a young defender into play. That will be nice, won't it? It will be very, very nice. So we won't bore you with the training sessions. I'll just skip through that. As you can see, I won't give a rundown there. But hopefully we can continue this winning run. So we have an email pop up. So let's quickly jump across. We'll stop the sim there. Jump into our emails and see what happens. So please note that foreign players will be leaving on international duty and will not be available for the club from 14th of November to the 20th of November. And Hughes, who plays for Wales, so it's only one game, and at the minute he's not in our starting lineup. And this one, we regret to inform you that we've decided to retract our offer for Flynn Downs because we haven't received a response in a timely manner. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know that they sent us a transfer offer, to be honest. So what we'll do is I'm going to get another training session in here, and then we'll jump into our next game of the episode. So back after doing our training session, and we've now got our game against Oxford United. Just a quick look down here, look, the top scorers, Kian's with 13 and Clark Harris with 16. So if Kian can continue his scoring streak, he'll catch him in no time. So let's get into our game with Oxford. Well, it looks like we can't. So let's fix the change problem myself. What's the problem here? See the Hughes where we said that wouldn't be a problem. He actually is now a problem. So let's put Downs in there just for maybe this game. We'll see what happens. Let's see if he can have a good game. Maybe if he can have a good game, he can stay in the starting lineup. So let's get in and let's continue this winning run, please, and open that gap up at the top of the table even more. So the streak continues as a 1-0 win for us, and Sears got the goal there, so he comes in and scores straight off the back. You, my friend, have kept your place for the next game. Very, very happy with that. See what that leaves us with the standings there. So 44 points at the top of the table there. Sunderland with 36. Happy with that. Let's jump into the office and see what Kenlock has to say down the bottom. So Ipswich will come back saying we're not on track again. Let's see. So that's the youth development. So hopefully, as we spoke about just a minute ago, we're going to look at bringing in a youth player in at our next available time. So Miles Kenlock's just come in and said, I need to play more often. The amount of matches I get to play at the moment isn't good for my career. I'm counting on you in decisive moments. I'm counting on you when it matters most, so you shouldn't be concerned about missing a few matches. Hopefully that gets him in there. I'm pretty sure he's in our starting lineup. He is in our starting lineup at the minute, so I don't really know what he's fussing about there, to be fair. Jump in with a training session. We'll see what we can get. So Kenlock with a C that time. You need to do better in the training. Wolfenden with a D. Morris with a B. Morris with a C. And Jones with an A. Again, he's been our star performer so far when it comes to our training. We'll simulate through, and it looks like, there we are, look, we've got Blackpool in our next game. So we've got another email. So before our game, let's pop into our email. So please note that one of our matches has been rescheduled. Coventry versus Ipswich on the 8th of December has now been rescheduled to the 3rd of December. Thank you very much for letting us know. So as you can see, Blackpool here. Let's get it on. So they're on a win streak, 3 wins there. I don't know how far back their win streak goes. Ours goes back quite a while, so ours is still from the previous episode. We still haven't lost a game. Touch wood, this isn't the one we lose. So another 1-0 win there, so that's another clean sheet at the back for us. Maybe this formation change has worked out, and obviously the goalkeeper change as well. So Norris has had very good start to his 2 games he's been in so far. 2 clean sheets out of 2 games that he's come in now. Dander with our goal. Again, very, very happy with that result. So while we was off camera, I done another training session. I didn't want to bore you guys with another one of them. And James Norwood has come into the office and said, boss, thanks for listening and giving me an extended run of the team. I'm much happier now. Well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud. So see you're working hard and look forward to seeing more from you out there. So I'm happy that he's playing well. Well, he thinks he's playing well. Again, we're not playing the games. Unfortunately, he hasn't got a goal in a few games, so it's a bit unlucky that. But we'll see what happens. So I'm going to jump into our next game, and if we get anything else pop up in the meantime, I will be back. So just before we go into our next game, we've had a couple of emails come up. So, hi boss, an injury occurred in training. Unfortunately, Jack Lancaster suffered a sprained ankle. The initial assessment from our medical department is that he will be out for about 9 days. Let's fix this problem. Although he's not in the starting lineup, he is on the bench there. So yeah, so Lancaster can come off, and I think we are going to bring on. We'll bring Rowe on there. We'll give Rowe a couple of games because obviously Lancaster plays along on that right hand side. Rowe now plays on that right hand side, so we'll save them changes. Thank you very much for informing us there. Hopefully you get better soon, Lancaster. And into the next one. So here, congratulations Mr. Pottle. We're glad to inform you that due to your excellent performance at Ipswich, you've won the Manager of the Month award. You worked hard and proved to yourself and everyone what you are capable of. Best wishes for continued success. Yours sincerely, Rebecca Pompey, Football Association Press Officer. So thank you very much, Rebecca. Thank you for everyone who nominated me for Manager of the Month. I'm very, very happy with that. Big thumbs up there from me on that picture. So media's gathering again. Let's go for another media interview. Let's see what happens. Jump in there.
Thanks for joining us. We're now ready for questions.
Barnes' transfer from Southampton stands out for the hefty price paid to acquire him. Will we get his first minutes on the pitch against Coventry? You've asked this question so many times. In the last 2 press conferences, that press question has been asked. But it can take time to settle in. Sometimes it can take a while for a new signing to settle into a team, but we have high hopes for Barnes. Definitely have high hopes there. Fans were hoping Norwood's move to Ipswich would be at the club's best chances for success this season. He hasn't scored in the last 5 matches. Does it raise? Will Norwood be able to raise to the expectations? Norwood isn't the first player to adapt slowly to a new club. He understands what he has to do, and it's our job to help him out. Ipswich Town are currently on a winning streak, having won their last 13 matches. Will you keep it going against Coventry? The streak will continue. We're going to win our next match, so we'll maintain this run. I think no more questions from today, guys. Thanks for coming.
We're now finishing up.
Hopefully next time we come, you won't ask the same question again. I'll tell you what, to prevent them from asking the same question, let's jump in. Norwood hasn't scored in the last couple of games, so we'll bring Barnes in for this game, just so he gets some minutes under his belt for us. Let's see if he can get a decent performance against Coventry. Coventry is second, so this will be a nice game to get a victory and open up that gap even more than it already is starting to open. So let's get into this game. This winning streak must continue. So it continues. Ipswich with 2 goals there. Coventry scored, so our clean sheet run has come to an end, unfortunately. But Edwards gets another goal today. Keane also gets a goal. Ipswich 2, Coventry 1. That's a good performance again from us. That gap has just opened up a hell of a lot more. Very, very happy with that performance, guys. So let's get into the office. As you can see, our next game is in the FA Cup. So I wanted to let you know that I'm a bit worried about having read some of the speculation surrounding me. I want you asked to give me another chance to prove that I'm the best man for the job. So I haven't figured out the squad yet, but I'll consider your request for the next couple of matches. So you are part of my plans, but we need you to perform when I give you the chance. So here we have Blackpool in our first FA Cup game of the season. Before we get into the game, again we're going to go into the office. Ipswich board, we're not on track, so that's 3 times now that's come up. What's it going to come up with this time? Again with the financial. Unfortunately, I can't really do nothing about that until January. Didn't realise I had another there, so we've got player chat here. So it's from Ben Morris. Hey boss, any chance I could get some game time in the upcoming match? Tell you what, I'll give you a chance, and I'm hoping you'll live up to the challenge. So before we get into this game against Blackpool, Morris wants a chance to prove that he's a worthy striker. There we are, we went past him. So Morris comes in. What we'll do is we'll bring Norwood off and we'll put Morris on for Barnes. Let's give Jackson a game as well. He come up to us, didn't he, a little while ago. So we'll save them changes. Just got to remember to change them back after this game. So without further ado, let's get into our first FA Cup game. We've got Blackpool. We beat them 1-0 when we played them a couple of games ago. Let's see if we can also continue our winning streak, and see if we can continue in the FA Cup after going out of the last cup competition we played in against Derby, if I remember rightly. But if you haven't seen that episode, please go back and watch it. But enough about that. Let's get into this one and hopefully get the result we want. So that's a 2-2 draw there from us. So again, no clean sheet at the back. Goals conceded. Oh, we were unlucky there. They scored in the 80th minute after we scored on the 79th. So 2-2 result. Looks like we're going for a replay in this game. Let's take them back to our place and absolutely smash them this time. So we're back after that 2-2 draw with Blackpool. As you can see here, Luke Wolfenden picked up a suspension, and as he's accumulated too many yellow cards, he won't be eligible to play in our next match. So show actions. So let's fix this problem before we get into our next game and forget to do it. So Wolfenden's unfortunately now going to have to come out. I think let's put Wilson in there. We'll give Wilson a couple of games, or the one game that hopefully maybe he can, if he keeps a clean sheet, he can keep his place. Wolfenden obviously with a red card. Very unhappy with you there. So yeah, let's get another training session in there. Keep the same people we've done before. So Kenlock there got a D, Wolfenden with a B, Norris gets a D but goes up an overall rating, Morris with a C, and Jones with a C as well. So let's advance there. So what we'll do is we'll skip through to our next game, and if anything pops up I will come back and update you guys, but I'll be back in just a moment. So here we are with our game. We've got Bristol Rovers now. We've got a 9-point gap at the top of the league there. Happy with that. Let's continue this. Keane's still on 14 goals there, with Clark Harris with 17. Hopefully Keane can catch him up with a bit of luck. So let's get into this game against Bristol Rovers. Let's continue this winning streak. Although we drew 2-2 in the FA Cup, the winning streak from the League One continues. Well, let's hope it continues after today's game. So let's get into it. With a bit of luck, another 3 points at the top of the table for us. So it continues. 2-1 winners here. Ipswich 2, Bristol Rovers 1. Again, no clean sheet. They scored again, which is a bit of a shame. Chambers scores there. Morris scores. But it looks like, unfortunately, Danda and Jackson got injured. So if we just pop across to our emails and have a little look and see how long they will be out for. So we've got some emails here. So we've got player injured. So Caden Jackson has suffered a pulled hamstring. Be out for about 7 days. So 7 days isn't too bad of a loss there. And also, Danda will be out for 7 days. He got a pulled calf injury. So that'll be good there. So Wolfenden has completed suspension as eligible for selection at your discretion. So again, I'm going to give you a couple more match ban there. So we've got player chat. Luke Chambers. Cheers for all the first team football I'm getting. I'll be doing my best, boss. So again, I'm proud to see you're working hard and look forward to see more from you out there. We'll just get back in. So we've got Blackpool in the round 2 replay. Again, we'll put a cheeky little training session in there. Hopefully we can get a few good results. So Kenlock got a C. Wolfenden with a B. Norris had a bad training session there with F. Morrison Jones finishes in it with a B as well. So overall a good training session there apart from that one. Let's get into our game versus Blackpool in the FA Cup round 2 replay. We need to get a victory here, at least to please our board of directors. Obviously we had a disappointing couple of emails saying we're not hit our track yet, obviously with our profit of 9 million, but got a couple of emails here. So we're at risk of losing 5 players with 6 months or less remain on their contracts. Any players of 23 years and older can negotiate to join other clubs on the expiry of their contracts. So we'll have a look at them in just a moment. We've got a player chat here. So Dobra, hey boss, any chance I could get some game time in the upcoming match? I'll tell you what, I'll give you a chance and I'm hoping you'll live up to the challenge. So let's chuck him into the starting lineup. Dander's injured anyway, so that opens up that position for him. If we can find him, there we go. And obviously we'll bring Norwood back in for Jackson, who's injured, and we'll keen on for Morris there. Morris had a good few games, so we need Keane to get his goal tally up again. So we'll save the changes and we'll jump into our FA Cup game now. So hopefully good result. Now we're back on home territory. Let's get a good result here and proceed to the next round. So we go through on penalties. 4 penalty goals scored to us, and 3 penalty goals scored for them. Very, very early goals in the game at 6 minutes in and 9 minutes in. Sears got the goal for us. Happy that he's playing well in that position. He also then got booked a couple of minutes later, which looks like it may have led to their goal. But I'm very, very happy with an FA Cup 3rd round game coming up in the future. So we're here in the office after that victory on penalties there. So Dobra's coming in. I'm glad we managed to win despite my mistakes out there, boss. Thanks for keeping your promise. I guess he made a few mistakes out there. So but anyway, the most important thing was for you to get some experience on the pitch, and I'm happy you're able to learn from it. Also, Miles Kenlock, thanks for putting me back into the team. I don't mind missing the occasional game, but I really need to play or I just can't be at the club. So I expect you'll keep improving yourself. You need to meet our exceeded expectations if you want to play in, week out. So what we'll do is we'll simulate through to this Portsmouth game. And I was going to say we'll play it, but not at the moment we won't. What we'll do is we need to go into the squad hub and negotiate some of our players, because I think they haven't. Yeah, some of them haven't got a lot long left on their contract. So Stoose has got 7 months. Edwards has got 7 months. Rowe also with 7 months. Kenlock and Keane with 7 months. Garber and Norris with 6 months. So what I'll do is I'm just going to jump in and negotiate with these guys. Hopefully we can get to stay at the club for a little bit longer. But I'll be back in just a second. So we're back after doing some of the contract negotiations. Norris and Garber, they're on loan to us at the moment, so we can't actually do anything with their contracts. Danny Rowe wanted a important role in the squad, but unfortunately we've got Edwards in that position who's having a really, really good season, so I couldn't offer him the important role and he wouldn't take anything less. Also with Skuse as well, he's 33, so he's getting on a little bit, and unfortunately I couldn't offer him the important role that he wanted as well. So I had to cut the negotiations short with them 2 players. I have put them on the transfer list, so hopefully we can get some money for them before their contract ends and they leave on a free. So what we'll do is we'll get into our final game of this episode. We've got Portsmouth, and as you can see by the standings just there, it's just flipped across, they are currently sat in 2nd place with 44 points. So again, let's open up this cap even more. If I remember rightly, we made some changes last game, so let's see if we can bring them changes back in. let's see what we can do here. So Danda unfortunately hasn't got the fitness to regain his place. Wolfenden, let's bring Wolfenden back in, and unfortunately Wilson's going to have to be dropped there. But what we will do is we'll bring Garbett off and put Wilson onto the bench. Sorry, we'll bring Holy on for Norris there, and I think I'm going to give Chirivella a game. So unfortunately, Jones, you're going to have to pop off there just for this game, and that will complete my changes for this game now. Hopefully you guys can do us proud and get us a result and continue this winning run. So let's sim this now, get into it. We won't go for the media press conference this time. So Portsmouth are on a winning streak, 5-0 winners against Cambridge United. So hopefully our winning streak continues. Oh no, so the streak ends. Portsmouth pick up a 1-0 victory. Them changes obviously didn't do us very, very well there. Morris, Downs and Jones comes off. Keane, Dobra and Chirivella. They scored a penalty in the 10th minute. That's unlucky from us. 2 yellow cards as well for Wolfenden and Chambers. Wolfenden is just coming back from a suspension after picking up too many yellow cards. That's a disappointing way to end this episode after having so many victories today. So thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Most importantly though guys, ding that bell. I've been BP Plays and I'll see you later.